Oh, you are not. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I was
You're
waiting and yeah, sorry about that.
okay, okay. So let me introduce my team. This is Cynthia. Cynthia's
Hello.
she's
Hi,
Dr.
Cynthia.
Cynthia. She's
Hi.
a dentist by profession, and now heads our marketing division. She changed her line and she's doing marketing. Sundar is a head of IT. So he
Hi,
puts
Sundar.
all
Nice to
our,
meet
yeah, you would have seen Sundar when we used to come. Sundar has been around for a long time. Yeah.
I do remember. Yeah, it's lovely to meet you and hope you've all been well and keeping safe.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you, you're in New York, no? Based in New York, New Jersey, New York.
You
Oh,
have
no,
been muted.
muted. You're muted.
You're muted.
Unmute. You're still muted.
Uh,
Yes. Okay, now.
No.
No, why, again muted, why? It's going off into mute, Nish. We can't hear you.
Your mic is not connected, it seems. I believe so. There is a problem.
Mike?
There. Hello? Nish, can you just unmute your mic?
There's
So
a, at the bottom of your screen, there's mute and unmute. Can you hear us? I'll call you.
No, she's calling. Sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just doing it from my phone.
Yeah. Actually, this is much clearer than the other one.
Yes.
The phone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. I mean, I'm happy to just do it on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on now. I've been having Zoom meetings and it has been causing lots of problems. I'm on Chrome.
Okay.
But, I mean, I was with a meeting with someone in London and it kept, causing similar problems on Zoom. So sorry about that.
This is very clear. The picture is also very clear and the sound is also much clearer. Everything is better on the phone. Only thing is you have to keep it steady. Maybe you can
Sure.
keep it, we can have a stand or something and keep it steady during the show.
So I'll do that.
Huh?
Yeah, just fix it on the stand.
You should not get calls during that time.
That's the other thing. If you should not get calls during that time.
Okay. So, yeah.
So I'm just going to pull out.
Okay, I think I put my phone on silent, but I hope that I won't get calls. I don't think I should.
Even if you get, you can switch it off, no? We can
I can do that.
reject the call, no? Even if it comes. So
Sure. Yeah.
And anyway, it will be early morning for you. Unlikely you will get a call at that time. So Nish, what I'll do is for tomorrow, this is one to see whether the system is working. It's pretty simple. You just go there and then type that thing to enter, and then switch on your video and and the mic. So then that's okay. But anyway, if you're coming on your phone, then it's easy. So the things that we'll talk about is we'll talk about. I'll ask you about yourself, so you can tell me about starting with childhood and how you were diagnosed and at what age and how it was. And I'll ask you the usual questions. How did you feel when you got type 1 diabetes? Tell us about that. How was your school life? Did anybody bully you? Did you have anything? Did you have any? No, those kind of things we'll go into. And then you can talk about your, passion for writing and how you became an author, journalist. Of course, your mother's background also you can talk about. And then talk all about your aspects of your life. Then you can talk about your books. The first book, Voyage of Excellence, and then the next one, and then the Victims for Sale. You can tell us about that. So it'll be a kind of ad for your book also. And then, of course, you can also talk about, the additional problems you had, hypothyroidism and rheumatoid arthritis. So how did that, did it impact your work as an author because you had rheumatoid arthritis, that kind of a thing. Then you wanted to talk about, how you were treated at our center. You're diagnosed stage of 10, no?
Yes, at
And
the age of 10. Yeah.
at 10. And then when you were 14, I think you connected with us, 2000.
Yes.
So we'll
Yes.
talk about that. And then you can talk about how our center, I'll say, how was your experience? And you can talk about your center, our, experience that you had at our center and that kind of a thing. Then we can go on about, then you can talk about your dreams of becoming the novelist and things like that. And then, despite that, you have done all these other things, no, kayaking and rope swinging and
Yes.
making and 15,000 steps. I'm jealous when I hear that. I'm not able to reach anywhere near that every day. So how you do the 15,000 steps and how do you get that 15,000 steps? How do you break it up and how do you do it in one shot or this? What do you do there? And
I
then
break it up to the day, but yeah.
and then you also done group therapy for your friends of diabetes. You have come helped our children with type 1 diabetes. I was just talking about that in the previous program, that which I just finished now. And then you want to talk something about your philosophy, coming out of situational depression, believing and operating from place of love, conviction, courage, those kind of things. I'll just lead you on, and
Okay.
then you can keep talking about that. Stress management. How do you do stress management and all that? Then your next novel coming up, Twin Flame. About that you can talk. Is there anything else that you would like me to ask about, or you want to ask something to me which you can ask and then I will reply? How do you want it to go? These things will I'll pick up from what you sent me, and from
Mhm.
there I ask here and there. But there anything else?
Yeah,
You can.
sure. I mean, just the impact. I mean, like mental health and type 1 diabetes in general does not seem to be receiving as much attention here as it should. And
Okay.
then maybe I would love to, like, I don't know if I can also ask you questions.
Yeah, you can ask. You can ask.
Okay, great.
Definitely.
So
It won't be a
I would
two-way
certainly
street
love
here.
your perspective. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're
So
saying something.
I would certainly love your perspective on how, like on what you would recommend for, uh, doctors treating people with type 1 diabetes in general, because, I mean, when I first connected with you as a child, I mean, I like had a positive attitude because you had a role to play in it. I mean, you made me feel like I didn't feel disabled. You made me feel that, hey, it's normal, just be disciplined with your, like, take care of yourself, like eat like a Bollywood star, basically. Eat every couple of hours, take care of your diet, just get your fitness, and then you can do everything that anyone else can do. So you made me feel that. But one thing I've seen in the US is that
We will
sometimes people
definitely
try
talk
to
about
make you
that. That part.
disabled.
Yeah, that
Hmm?
part we talk about. How
Yeah.
we made you feel and how because it's important for doctors who are listening also to catch that. So that part we'll dwell on, how we treated you. That part we will treat, and then you can in turn also ask about doctors and thing, and what from a person with diabetes point of view, what is that you like a doctor to do and what you don't like a doctor to do. For
Hmm.
example, there are patients who come and tell me, "Don't scold me." I said, "Why should I scold you?" No, no, because I ate a mango. I said, "How can I scold you? I myself eat mango. How can I? You can't eat a mango. You can't do that. We'll only tell you, already, if you take a mango, take little less rice. That's all I can tell you. I'm not going to scold you. For they come in scared, thinking that the doctor is going to scold them, shout at them. I've never done that in my life. I've never shouted at any person or any person with diabetes or anyone in my life. I've not done it. I don't think it's fair to do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
so
you've made people feel very comfortable, at least speaking for myself.
okay.
I mean, that respect is there. Whereas over here, again, I'm not generalizing, but more often than not, and I have, I'm part of some support groups as well with other people who also have type 1 diabetes. So over here, like, doctors are like, you know, I mean, like, you can, like, they kind of make you feel like you're a robot or a machine.
Promise.
Like, you have to send all your data, through this technology, through that technology, something. You have to do this, you have to reduce this by 0.5, you have to, whatever it is. And I mean, like, we're not machines. So you've always made us feel very comfortable, and at the same time, there's been so much wisdom and insight, and like an ocean of knowledge that I have not seen anywhere else. Not in the UK, not in the US. So certainly, I think if you could kind of talk about that, I think it would be
You
very
lead me on. You lead me on, just like I lead you on. You lead me on, and then I will talk about that. I would like to hear something about the research and how you publish so many papers, because I hold the world record now for maximum number of publications, 1,300 research papers. After being a doctor, in practice, how do you do that? How do you publish research? How do you combine science and thing? You can say, how do you combine science with medicine with spirituality? All the
yes.
So three different angles, things like that. So we'll keep it light and easy flowing. So 15 minutes earlier we will log on. So 6:45 I'll log on tomorrow, and then 1 hour easily it will go. If it shoots a little beyond that, then that's also fine. Let us see.
The link for tomorrow will be different.
The link will be the link will be another one, not the today's link. It will be a different link.
Oh, okay. So you'll email me the link
Immediately after this,
right? Maybe even right now. After this, email. You'll get another mail now. That will be the link for tomorrow. And resend it again. Resend it again, so it'll come to the top of the mailbox.
Yes. One hour back before the event, I'll just send it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I had some more questions, doctor. So, so would you prefer that we kind of, ask questions alternatively, or would you prefer that you would ask me questions first?
I think the best way to do would be that we make it free flowing and not prepared kind of a thing. So if I ask you some question, and suppose I'm asking you everything, and I'm not, then you can say, Doctor, I would like to ask you a few questions. Then I'll go back. And then you ask a few. And then I'll say, okay, now I want to ask you something. Like this, I think we have it like a very natural flow. It'll be much better and more interesting for the audience.
Okay.
And it's not the number of people who watch tomorrow which is important, but this will get stored. It's going on 2 YouTube channels and 2 Facebook channels, by the way. The hospital and my private one, and the hospital YouTube and my private one. So 4 simultaneously is going to go. So there will be people watching all of those channels. But apart from that, it will get stored in the YouTube and it will get stored in Facebook, which means even a year down the line, somebody looking thing will find this, and they can keep watching. So it's like a stored video. So yeah. So.
Okay. Thank you. And we might get comments from viewers also, right?
Yeah, that will come on the side. So it'll come. So you can see at the side there is a box, chat box. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yes.
Private chat.
Of course, in your private chat it says. Now that is between us. And then when viewers ask, because they're coming from different channels. Remember, we are doing it in StreamYard. We are not doing it in Facebook directly. From here, it's going to Facebook. So from Facebook or from YouTube, if people ask any questions, Cynthia will type here. And then I will pick up those questions and ask you. Sometimes they may not be related to this topic at all. They may say, which test is good for me to do fasting or postprandial, they'll ask me. I'll have to answer that. So that if that slight distraction it will be, but it doesn't matter. To keep them engaged, we will answer their question. But we'll do that a little later. We'll let this at least half an hour of the flow go on. Then we'll take questions from the flow.
I feel so privileged. Thank you, Doctor, for inviting me. I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward.
Yeah. And we're also waiting for your, the blogs to come. Your mother's already sent a couple, and they've been excellent. One has been uploaded, Cynthia, or mother's. You're muted. Muted.
It's uploaded, sir.
Both are uploaded, sir.
So 2 are already uploaded. Your mother's.
Okay.
She's writing a series, Sugar and Spice. What did she say?
Sugar and Spice. Yeah.
Series. So 1 and 2 she has sent. She said she's going to write more.
Yes.
So,
So I certainly, yeah, I would love to do a series as well. I'm sorry, it had been a bit kind of tight.
Don't stress yourself out. But then, as you start sending, we will put, and we'll give links to, once it's published here, we'll also put it in social media. We'll give a link to Facebook, to Twitter, to Instagram, wherever we can give links. So whoever's coming there can also see it.
Okay, sure. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited about that.
To this program also we'll give a link. See, those who read that, here the program interview with Nish will say, and give the link to that also. To that. So multiple links will be there. So.
Okay. And for the blog articles, would you like some photos also? Not all the time, but sometimes.
No. Even all the time is good. Okay. Send as possible. Let it liven up the thing. People will be more interested in seeing that.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. So I will certainly, because I have all these ideas, I have put some things down together. But to get back, I actually have to kind of, redo, a scene in my novel and send it to people by Tuesday. So, and I'm working full time also. So
finish all that, and then when you're free, you start writing. Okay.
Yeah, so after Tuesday, I expect to be able to get to it. Yeah.
Just now, I've sent a link to you.
You can meet my grandson. You've not seen him. Anjana's daughter. Anjana's son. He's grown up so much. He's 12 years old, and he just I can't see you. There you are. Okay. So he just acted in a play an hour before this. So he acted in a play and also recited a poem. So he finished.
Congrats.
That's awesome. Is it? Tell me more about the play. Is it a school? Is it a school play or?
It's not outside the school. He goes to an English kind of a place where they are. Which is the Trinity College, London? No.
No.
Which is that one?
They are linked to. But for now, they did from Tugun Farmers Foundation.
No, that's okay. But then the other one they linked to where he got his certificate.
Trinity College.
Trinity College, London. They're linked to, and then they. So they last year also he acted in a play and he got some award and all that. So this year he acted something Magical Twig. What is it?
Magic Twig.
Magic Twig. Some Magic Twig. A short play, about 5-10 minutes. So 2-3 of his friends and so.
Okay, you might grow up to be an actor. So I'd love to read your poem also. Will you share it with me?
Yeah.
You'll send it? Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Nish. It's awesome to see you.
For now, and tomorrow 6:45 we will meet again. Okay.
Sure.
I'll send the link now.
And tomorrow, of course, Sundar and Cynthia will just join and they'll leave before the actual thing. Only both of us will be there. They'll be behind the scenes, monitoring, taking questions, and doing things like that. It'll be just both of us. So half the screen will be you and half the screen will be me.
Okay. That sounds good. Thank you. Thanks. Take care.
It'll be like this.
Bye.
Bye. See you then. Bye. Thanks, Sundar. Thanks, Cynthia.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Cynthia. Thanks, Sundar.
Thank you. Bye. Yes, sir. Pardon me? For some time it didn't work, but I don't know why it was not working. Then it went on well.